Good morning, Vinyl community. It's me, JC, back again. Hopefully everybody is doing well. Hopefully everybody's having a great week. Before we get started, if you enjoy my videos, please remember to hit the like and subscribe button. And if you smash that little bell, you'll be notified every single time that I drop a video. Today, we are going to do 10 rock, hard rock, alternative, heavy metal releases that I hope we personally see in 2021. I'll also give you what I feel is the probability of whether or not we'll see it or not. Keep in mind, there's no scientific, reasoning behind my decision if we'll see it or not. Just a kind of a gut feeling, and I'll tell you why I think we'll see it or why we won't. All right, so number 10 is going to be Skid Row, Subhuman Race. This is an album, believe it or not, that a lot of subscribers reach out to me and ask me if I've heard it or if I own it. And I have heard it, and I've never owned it on vinyl. I have owned it on CD in the past. I do believe it's one of Skid Row's heaviest albums, if not their heaviest album, and there seems to be a demand for it. Now, last year we had Slave to the Grind, which was extremely successful, and we've had 2 represses of the self-titled first album, one of them dropping next month on like a limited edition purple vinyl. Do I think we'll see it? I do think we'll see it. Whether or not it'll be 2021 or not will be up in the air. But I would not be shocked if Black Friday of next year we got Subhuman Race. Would you guys really? With the success of the last 2 Skid Row printings, I really would not be shocked at all. Number 9 would be Danzig 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, do I think we're going to see a reissue of this? Absolutely not. I really don't. I don't think Glenn Danzig, he owns the right. He got them off Rick Rubin. I don't think he has any desire to release these albums. When you read interviews with him, and he says he's got vinyl reissues coming out, people have questioned him, is that going to be the first 4 albums? And he's like, no, it's going to be Circle of Snakes. And, some of the later pressings, later albums, like Black Acid Devil and things like that. And I think the fans really want it. These are great albums. They're produced by Rick Rubin. What can I say? I don't think we're going to see it. I don't know if, we'll see it at some point. A wise man once said, if there's money to be made, someone's going to try to make that money. But are we going to see it this year? Highly unlikely. I just doubt it. Number 8, Tesla 5-Man Acoustic Jam. What a great live album this is. This one's got covers of the Rolling Stones, covers of the Beatles. It's got that big song, Signs, Signs, Everywhere the Signs. Right? That's such a great song. And it's got some of their hits, like Love Song. It's just a great record. Do I think we'll see it? I don't know. It's just crazy that, last year we did get a Tesla reissue on Black Friday, right? So it technically could come out, but I'm not holding my breath. I think that if we were a gambling man, I'd say we probably wouldn't see it, but I'm really hoping that we do see it. Number 7, the Van Halen Sammy Hagar albums. Now, do I think we'll see a reissue of them? Absolutely. I really do think we'll see a reissue of them. I think that there was some bad blood between Eddie Van Halen and Sammy Hagar, and that seems to be patched up, so hopefully the estate will just let these albums go back into production. Now, Balance is one that people are really screaming for, and it really deserves to be on 2 LPs. And right now, it's on a 1 LP. It's very compressed. Let's get a really great sounding 2 LP version of that album. I think it would be fabulous. So guys, I do think there's a high probability that we see those albums. Don't pay the crazy prices that people are asking now that Eddie's dead. Ridiculous. So I do think that we have a good chance of seeing those. Who knows if it'll be in 2021. But if you notice when you go to your record stores, I've noticed a lot more Van Halen records being pressed. So the other day I went and I saw Van Halen 2 on the shelf. I saw Women and Children First. So some of the represses from 2014, I think, are coming back into the stores. So pretty cool. Number 6, Alice in Chains self-titled, otherwise known as Alice in Chains Dog album. I think it's highly likely we get this album pressed soon. Facelift was a huge success. And most people regarded that album as one of their favorites of 2020. And if you notice on Alice in Chains' website, they have a lot of merchandise now with Three-Legged Dog. So I do think this is an album that we're probably going to get next year. It's got some great, great songs. Heaven Besides You, man, I love that song. Sludge Factory, Man, it's one of my absolute favorites. Alice in Chains made so many great albums, and it's so crazy because in the 90s, I used to debate people, and it's probably because I love heavy metal, right? But people used to be like, Nirvana is the best band, and I'd be like, Alice in Chains is the best band. Now, that being said, I do understand and recognize the greatness of Nirvana. They're just such a fabulous band. But my heart was always with Alice in Chains. I just think that's because they lean slightly to the heavier side. And, obviously in the 90s, I was a stone cold hardcore metalhead through and through. But let's get it, right? I think we're going to get it in 2021. And that was number 6. I have to keep track, guys, so don't go over. Number 5 is going to be the Badlands album, self-titled, and Voodoo Highway. Man, would I love to see a repressing of this. Is it going to happen? Absolutely not. I don't think we'll ever see a repress of this. I'm not going to get into the legal logistics of it, but if you Google it, you can read it. But most likely we're not going to get this. Voodoo Highway was never pressed in the United States. It was pressed overseas. Extremely difficult record to find. And every year it seems like the Badlands self-titled album goes up in value when you check Discogs and things like that. If you guys have a copy, I would hold on to it. I don't really think it's going to get repressed again. But those 2 records, I would love, love, love to get. Number 4, Metallica Live Shit Binge and Purge on vinyl. First time ever. Do I think we're going to see it? I do think we're going to see it, but I think we're going to see it in not the format that we're expecting. My guess is that right now this is going to be the 30th anniversary of the Black Album. Can you believe that? Man, I remember I got that day 1. So 30 years of the Black Album. And if you notice, what Metallica has been doing is they've been doing giant box sets on the anniversaries of some of these albums releases, like they did for Injustice for All. So I bet you we're going to get a big deluxe Black Album box set. That's my guess. And there's a very good chance that Live Shit Binge and Purge will be included in that, which was basically a 3 CD Mexico City concert, which will probably be 4 or 5 LPs, right? That's my guess. They'll include it in that box set and try to get people to buy it that way. I think is a high probability we're going to see it. If not, we are going to probably get some live material from that era in that Metallica box set. Now, I personally have not bought any of the Metallica box sets, but if you guys have, and it's primarily because I don't have a CD player. I have one in my car, but I mostly listen to vinyl and cassette. But if you guys have and you think those box sets are worth it, let me know. Maybe I'll go try to pick one up. I know that I sometimes see them in the secondhand market in the used section, things like that. So number 4 was Metallica Live Shit Binge and Purge. Number 3, and this is a record I really think we're going to get, is going to be REM New Adventures in Hi-Fi. I love REM, guys. This, to me, was REM's last great record. Not that their other ones weren't great after, but this one, to me, was a fabulous record. And it's the 25th anniversary. Now, a few years ago, REM released Monster. They re-released that. It seems like they're going through their catalog. And since it's the 25th anniversary, I really do think we're going to get it. I've never owned this album on vinyl, so it'd be great to add to my REM collection. So I think there's a high probability we're going to see it this year. Who knows when? We'll have to keep our eyes open. Number 2, Neil Young's been teasing this for a while. You guys know I love Neil Young, one of my favorite artists. Neil Young, Ragged Glory. He says the reason why Ragged Glory is not on vinyl yet is because it's going to be a deluxe box set, that there's enough material to have another album or make it a double album, and that they were really at a creative peak on Neil Young and Crazy Horse at that point, and they were really firing on all cylinders. So I do think we're going to see this. Hopefully we'll see this, and we'll see the MTV Unplugged. That era of Neil Young is just, to me, is one of my favorite eras. I mean, I love the 70s era, but that late 80s where he did Harvest Moon, Ragged Glory, Unplugged, it was just such a great era. And let's see it, Neil. Give us the Ragged Glory. All right. And my number 1 is going to be the Tool catalog. A few years ago, Tool, they kind of hinted at a deluxe vinyl box set of all their albums. Knowing Tool, they take forever on everything. Do I think we're going to see it this year? No. But I do think that when we do see it, it's going to be very expensive. That's going to be my guess. That there'll probably be deluxe versions, and we'll end up spending a fortune on this. But that being said, Enema is like, what, $300-$400 record now? So if you're spending $500 on a box set, maybe you'll feel like it's worth it. We'll have to wait and see. Do I think we're going to get it this year? No. But do I think we're going to get it at some point in our life? Yes, I absolutely do. So we'll just have to wait and see when Tool finally releases this for us. All right, guys, so those are my top 10 releases that I hope we see in 2021. Hopefully you guys will join me tomorrow. I hope everyone has an amazing holiday week. If you don't, I love you guys. Peace. Rock out.